You're welcome here. In this lesson, we'll be talking about normal value for blood sugar and blood pressure, and what our goal for what we want to help you to achieve in this program. I'm Dr. Abimbola Onifade, and this is still diabetes and hypertension intervention program. So let's start with blood sugar. The standard international unit in which values for blood sugar is reported is milligram per dl or millimole per liter. For instance, you can say what you get this morning is 90 milligram per dl, and that equals 5 millimole per liter actually. So the difference in the milligram per liter is, for instance, UK uses millimole per liter, while America and continental Europes, most of the continental Europes use milligram per dl. So both units are okay depending on the device you are using. So to convert from milligram per dl to millimole per liter, what you just do is you will divide by 18. E.g., if with your device it's been recorded in milligram per dl, so that's where you get something like 70, 60, 50, and millimole per liter you get lower values. So for milligram per dl, let's say you get 90 milligram per dl, what you just need to do is divide that by 18, and then you will get what the value is in millimole per liter. To convert from millimole per liter to milligram per dl, you will multiply by 18. E.g., if we got 5 millimole per liter, then multiply it by 18, that is this value for it in milligram per dl. So in case this might be helpful for you along the line. So for blood sugar, it's important to know what your fasting blood sugar, 2 hours after food, random blood sugar, and glycosylated hemoglobin is, and this is necessary at different time. To monitor your progress, we usually use fasting blood sugar and 2 hours after food. That's 2 hours after your first meal in the morning, and then you can do it 2 hours after any meal as well. Random blood sugar, just like the name suggests, is done randomly, and everything have its own significance, but the most important is fasting blood sugar and 2 hours after food if you want to use it in checking progress, usually 2 hours after your first meal. And glycosylated hemoglobin is usually done every 3 months to monitor your progress. So fasting blood sugar done 8 to 12 hours after your last meal, and the normal for fasting blood sugar is 70 to 90 milligram per dl. That equals 3.9 to 5.5 millimole per liter. So to get the correct reliable result, do fasting blood sugar within 8 to 12 hours from your last meal. So if you are doing it in the morning, make sure you do it within 8 to 12 hours from the last time you ate. Otherwise you would not get the appropriate result. For prediabetes, 100 to 125 milligram per dl, or 5.6 to 6.9 millimole per liter, and that's done on at least 2 different occasions. So when you get this range, that suggests prediabetes, when you have done that 2 different occasions. And let's say diabetes, now let's say you now get 126 milligram per dl, that equals 7 millimole per liter on 2 different occasions. That's diabetes. Now I have people that possibly, when you maybe when we ask them to fill a form, and you indicate that they should choose that they are diabetes, pre-diabetic, or whatever. See, many people choose pre-diabetic because they are using drug, and they now falls between 100 to 125 milligram per dl. That's not pre-diabetes. Once you are on drug, whatever the value you get, this is not based on what I'm discussing with you now. So this is based on the fact that you are not using any medication, and if you used to have high blood sugar at some time, let's say beyond the pre-diabetic range, 130, 140, and you have had that on 2 different occasions, but later you are having what is like lower, but it's still within the pre-diabetic range. That is still diabetes, so it could be higher than pre-diabetic range. Sometimes it could be within the pre-diabetic range for diabetes, but that's not a problem, because that's what we want to deal with in this program, to help you resolve once and for all. So 2 hours after food, the normal is less than, what you want to see is less than 140 milligram per dl. So that corresponds to 7.8 millimole per liter. So sometimes the fasting blood sugar will be high, will be out of the normal range, as I've discussed. It is 70 to 99 milligram per dl, or 3.9 to 5.5 millimole per liter. It will be high. It will be higher than that. It will be probably within the pre-diabetic or the diabetic range. But when you do your 2 hours after food, after your first meal or any food, it will be less than 140 milligram per dl. So this shows that you have not really progressed badly. Let me put it that way. So at this point, it's very good to tame it, and even if it has gone beyond that for you, you can still deal with it. And we'll still deal with it anyway. So, but note that. So, if on this program, one of the way you use in measuring improvement as well is that you discover that at the point, even before your parameter gets better, either your fasting blood sugar gets better and everything gets better at the same time, or let's say even if your fasting blood sugar is still high, your 2 hours after food comes within the normal range, or possibly your random blood sugar comes within normal range. So all those are signs of improvement. So let's say random blood sugar is, that's, you just do it randomly regardless of when you last ate, and that's 79 to 160 milligram per dl. That's the normal value for it. That's 4.4 to 8.9 millimole per liter. While prediabetes is 160 to 200 milligram per dl. That's 8.9 to 11.0 to 11.1 millimole per liter. While for diabetes range is 200 milligram per dl, which is 11.1 millimole per liter. So take note of that, please. Take note of this value. Listen to this over again so that you can know where you actually fall. So the important thing now, like I said before, is if you're already using medication, it's good. You want it to be within this normal range. But this range is actually for those who are not even on medication at all. Then the glycosylated hemoglobin is usually done every 3 months to monitor progress, and the normal is between 4% to 5.6%. When it is between 5.7% to 6.4%, it is prediabetes, and diabetes is 6.5% and upwards. That's diabetes. So let's consider the recommendations by American Diabetes Association for those who are diabetic. They said the fasting blood sugar for normal person without diabetes is, as we have mentioned before. Then the official recommendation, so fasting blood sugar for that group is 70 to 99 milligram per dl, which is normal without medication. The official recommendation is that it could still be 80 to 130 milligram per dl. So that's the official recommendation. So that's 4.4 to 7.2 millimole per liter. So our goal is even to go back to normal, not to this official recommendation. But when some people begin to pant when they have something like 127 and they are diabetic, they are already improving on the program. That's why it's because we really don't understand this, and that's okay. That's why I'm explaining this now. So when you have anything between 80 to 130 milligram per dl, that's even the official recommendation. And when it goes as high as 150, it is still even regarded as that, okay, you are getting it, then you'll be advised on this and that, to do this and that again. So whereas I have some people that will get 110 and then they will ring and they would be apprehensive, oh, my blood sugar is going high again, even though it has gone normal when I started this program. So you have to understand that. But our goal is to go back to the normal parameters. Okay. 2 hours after meal for person without diabetes is 140 milligram per DL. That's 7.8 millimole per liter. When you have diabetes, official recommendation is that it should be less than 180 milligram per DL. That's 10.8 millimole per liter. So even if it is as high as 180, it means you are still covered from this official recommendation, which we even want to beat, and we are beating for many people already. So glycosylated hemoglobin, like I said, we usually do it every 3 months, 2 to 3 months, especially 3 months, to see the progress. That's what I largely depend on. So long as your blood sugar had come, sometimes it's going to be fluctuating. For instance, you can get 80 today and tomorrow you can get 115. You can get 120, maybe even up to 130 for fasting blood sugar. So we don't pant about that, because what happens is the cycle, not just one isolated value. For instance, what is it in the morning? What is it 2 hours after fasting? And after your first meal? What is it 3 hours after, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, around the cycle? You can't know that. But the way we know that is through this glycosylated hemoglobin. So once we monitor you every 3 months and we see that it's within normal range, we don't even think about the isolated increase you have once. Maybe once it was 150 suddenly, then later on it went back to normal. Even someone that doesn't have diabetes at any point in time can occasionally have spike in blood sugar based on many other causes. So you should understand that. Now think about this again, and I want you to take it in. This is the glycosylated hemoglobin. We do it every 3 months to monitor your progress. And that's why the program is not something you escape. Like, let me just rush and escape from the program. But at least if you are still on the program and you participate, at least it is still better. So official recommendation for someone with diabetes is less than 7, while that of normal person without diabetes is less than 5.7. So now this is our home big picture. Our target is to keep fasting blood sugar less than 100 milligram per DL. That corresponds to less than 5 millimole per liter. Then the 2 hours after food, we want to keep it between 140 and less than that, and that corresponds to 7.8 millimole per liter. Then for your random blood sugar, we want to keep it between 79 to 160 milligram per DL. So that's done randomly, irrespective of when you hit. So we don't want the random blood sugar to go beyond this. And for hemoglobin A1C, glycosylated hemoglobin, we want to keep it between 4 to 5.6 always. So this is the big picture. But what you must understand about this is that we are going towards this gradually. This is not a quick fix. So long as what you need to do is compare your improvement between when you started and where you are now. So don't compare your improvement with what you have today and what you have 2 days ago. That's not how to measure it. You might have 89 2 days ago based on some conditions, and today you might have 94. That is even still within the normal range. Or possibly now you might have 120. That is still allowed. So, but probably where you were coming from, you used to have 190, and you have been on the program for maybe like within a month or even more. What you are comparing it is what it used to be, and as you continue with the program, you get better. So thank you for taking out time to listen to this. I want you to visit www.smartmedicalprograms.com/consult if you think you want us to help you and you want us to consult you for some of the medical challenge you might have, hypertension, diabetes, or whatsoever. Just go to smartmedicalprograms.com/consult. You don't need to be on a program to benefit from this, and don't be in a hurry. What you should look for to is symptomatic improvement first. Better sleep, more energy, you are feeling well, less pain, you have your memory back. Then you improve. Then from there you have significant improvement, and at the end of the day you get it reversed. So don't be in a hurry. If you are watching this on this and you are yet to join the premium program, please visit www.smartmakerprograms.com/premium and join us immediately, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more helpful videos like this. Thank you. See you in the next lesson.